Good morning. Actually, good afternoon. It's on after 1 o'clock in the afternoon on 1/10/2021, and I just want to share with you. I feel like I need to be. I'm led to share with you about passiveness. And last year, sometime, the Lord had revealed to me that passiveness leads to detriment, and I am a passive person. And I was in prayer actually about if I should call my true love revealed today at 1 o'clock, and it's after 1 now, um, or not. And I decided, I didn't get a clear answer from the Lord, so I am not going to call him. But what I wanted to share was that when I was on the phone with him uh, in December of 2020 now, my mom had tried to call me. And so during that call, I didn't switch over because it was the first conversation that I had on the phone with my true love revealed since December 2018. So it had been 2 years, and he had initiated that call. So I didn't switch over. But what was interesting is that when I did switch over and talk to my mom, I told her, I wasn't able to switch over because he had called me, and I didn't know how long I was going to be on the phone with him. And the first words out of her mouth was, "He is more passive than you are." And I was just like, whoa. It just rings true to my heart in that he is, and then I immediately remembered what the Lord revealed to me last year through God thoughts, that passiveness leads to detriment. And so then this morning, I wrote about that. And let's see. And so I was just going to share this with you. Oh, okay. So the other thought I thought was that my mom, when she said that, I was like, oh, that's not good. Two passive people, you know. Um, but anyway, so in relation to that, some thoughts that I had wrote down this morning or this afternoon was, in my experience, I have been too passive, and people take advantage of me to the point I have no voice. I have a hard time saying no and tend to be manipulated and controlled by other people. Why? Because I like to see people happy, even if it means it's to my expense or suffering. I guess being raised in the church and learning of the sufferings of Jesus and being appreciative of life, that my sufferings will never compare to what Jesus suffered for you and me at the cross and in his walk of life on this earth. And there is always someone who has it better off than you. So I would always look at what is good in my life and being appreciative for, that I did have it better off than other people. Also, at times when it comes to marriage and family, that I made a covenant before God and people to be married for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in death do us part. Um, in that, in a period of time in my life, I had a friend of mine who's like a mom to me, and she knew the situation and knew what I was going through, and basically I was in an abusive relationship and marriage, and so what she had said to me was that um, it's not a life sentence, that we make mistakes, And sometimes, we don't have to stick with those choices that we made and live them out when we're not being treated right. Um, so I was going to share also that not long ago I heard someone explain about the first and second commandment in the New Testament. And, well, actually, it was like the second commandment they were referring to, but the first commandment in the New Testament says, to seek the Lord with all your heart, with all your might, and with all your soul. And then the second commandment is to love thy neighbor as thyself. And I heard this person share about how that we can't love our neighbor truly and properly, like God would want us to love that person, unless you have learned to love yourself first. And I never thought of that. We just get so where we're just like repeating, the commandments or reading the commandments without really thinking about the commandments. And on the first commandment, I had thought that the first commandment was to not put any other gods before God. But in the New Testament, it says to seek the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy might, and with all thy soul. And when I really seen that, I didn't think, the same way about that commandment. And at the time, I was married, and I was realizing that I needed to seek the Lord in that way myself personally, and I suggested that my husband at the time do the same thing, and that we needed to separately seek the Lord with all our heart, all our might, all our soul. And since then, I've heard another person share in a message about that if we do that, we do the first commandment, then all the other commandments will follow. So if we got our heart and mind and soul in connection with God, then He will help us in all the other commandments and all the other walks, ways, and thoughts of life, if we're doing the things that He has us to do. And His Word, His Bible, is like a instruction book, a guidebook in our life. It's inspired. But anyway, so I was sharing these things, these thoughts with you, and I just also want to share one more thing, and that is abuse comes in many forms. And if you are in a relationship or marriage or even family environment that is evasive, controlled, manipulative, monitored, disrespectful, and demanding to you and or your children or family, seek first to cry out to God, yet also to communicate to a long proven and trusted friend or family member who supports you in prayer and advice to help you make decisions and steps for the safety of yourself and any loved ones in this environment. To for a call, actually like a call to safety, where you can get some healing in and through spiritual food and shelter under the wings of the Almighty God, who loved you and gave Himself for you, for me, for the world. And anyway, those are my thoughts that ended up happening just from being in prayer about when I do talk to my true love revealed in person, that some of the things that I would have shared with him or would share with him. There's so much that God has revealed. I just can't even begin to hardly share it over the phone, especially when I'm limited on time. It's always better to communicate when you can in person. Go back to our old ways and not be just keeping in touch with people on Facebook and social media, that, we need to go back to our old ways, the way our families and our ancestors were, where family was important and we were around family and we're communicating in person, where we can see each other's feelings and expressions, and see and feel their heart and their thoughts and their feelings for you, for each other. Anyway, just sharing that, and with what's going on right now, I don't even know how long videos will even be available that we all have established on these sites. And so I pray that all is well with you, and you seek the Lord with all your heart, all your might, and all your soul, because He will direct your paths of life for your good and the betterment of your family and your future. God bless. I'm sorry, my hand is shaking here. Take care, and God bless.